inside the steel cage six-man tag team action. The Macho Man, Randy Savage, teaming up with the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champion Strike Force against a very formidable team of the Intercontinental Champion, the Honky Tonk Man, and of course, the Hart Foundation. It's going to be mayhem. We'll be right back in a moment.
Hi, Tom. Looks like you beat me again.
No problem, Whitey. Have a sporting news on me. I get it at home, and that's where I'm heading.
I get the sporting news at home, too. But when I'm on the road, I buy it to keep up, especially about you American Leaguers.
I thought you were always up on us American Leaguers, Whitey.
Watch it, Kelly. I'll get you at the All-Star game for that one. In the meantime, stay with the sporting news.
For all the baseball news, read the sporting news every week. You get hot pennant action, player profiles, more stats and inside updates than any other sports weekly. Plus complete year-round coverage of football, basketball, and hockey, including special issues. Call for a super deal that saves you 75% off the newsstand price.
For convenient home delivery and a super deal, call now toll-free 1-800-854-4900. Get 55 issues of the sporting news for 4 easy payments of $7.50. Call now 1-800-854-4900. That's 1-800-854-4900.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the New England Sports Network. I'm Gorilla Monsoon, being joined by my colleague and longtime friend, His Lordship Alfred Hayes, here in Beantown. Big six-man tag team action, Your Lordship, inside the 15-foot high steel cage.
Yes, you know, and another foolish thing, I think, is that Jimmy Hart is putting all his eggs in one basket.
And it isn't even Easter yet.
It is.
Can you imagine that? Unbelievable happening coming at you very shortly. Right now, let's go up to our ring announcer.
The opening bout is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, making his way into the ring from Antigua in the West Indies, weighing in at 258 pounds, S.D. Jones. And his opponent from Brooklyn, New York, weighing 238 pounds, Steve Lombardi.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Beantown, and welcome to the Boston Garden. Gorilla Monsoon here at ringside, joined by my good friend and colleague and His Lordship Alfred Hayes. They're out in force in Beantown.
They certainly are. They're showing the same really heated enthusiasm that they've always shown for any sporting event that's ever been held in this particular hall.
Boy, that's for sure. All you got to do is take a look up at this ceiling here in this Boston Garden and see all these banners hanging that just show how great the Boston teams have been over the years, the Celtics, and of course, there's too many to count up there.
Absolutely. I think
championship banners.
Yes, I think it also reflects on the way that these people here have supported those teams and their sportsmen. You can't achieve greatness without support from your fans either.
Absolutely not. Special Delivery Jones starting it off here with Steve Lombardi, protege, graduate of the Terry Garvin School of Self-Defense.
Yes. I believe Garvin has come here especially tonight to watch Lombardi. And
I did see him in the locker room area earlier on.
Yeah.
Look out. SD got rid of him. Shoulder block. Nicely executed. Drop down. Lombardi over the top. Beautiful hip block by SD.
I like that. There was a lot of conservation of energy by SD there. He just stood in the middle of the ring and controlled everything.
Sure did. Well, Well, of course, experience-wise, Special Delivery Jones been in the ring quite a few years more than Steve Lombardi.
Yes, he has, and Lombardi is showing a lot of that youth at the moment, but with it, of course, is a tinge of inexperience. And he does rush into things a little haphazardly.
He rushed right into that backdrop, and now he's rushing out, perhaps looking for the concession area.
S.D. Jones rather likes the position he finds himself in right now, standing in the middle of the ring, and he's taken control of this bout, and Lombardi's out there trying to regroup, and it's only the first few moments.
Special Delivery Jones, protege out of Antigua, now making his home in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love.
Yes, it is a city of brotherly love, but I don't think S.D. Jones is showing too much love for young Steve Lombardi. Lombardi has chalked up one or two good victories recently, though.
He has. I must have missed those. Was I away? Was I ill? Or
I think it was on the B circuit.
Ah, okay.
Where you very seldom, if ever, appear.
Can't be everywhere, unfortunately. Look out, Lombardi off, nice leapfrog. Jones turned around right into a clothesline.
Well, that really surprised me. That was a good move by Lombardi. Put the brakes on off that leapfrog and really took Jones by surprise.
Plants one right in the lower abdomen area. I think SD might have made a mistake in this, preparing himself for this particular matchup, Your Lordship, because he didn't bother to break a sweat in the dressing room.
No, and another thing, he may have underestimated Lombardi, because Lombardi's obviously made some progress. I don't say he's made tremendous strides, but he has made some progress, and that was a sign of it there where he came under that leapfrog and stopped.
Sure was. Handful of hair takes Special Delivery down to the canvas. Referee questioning him here.
A little bit of a sloppy cover there by Lombardi, but he was prepared for any move by S.D. Jones. He really didn't have that headlock clamped on to the full extent.
SD trying to get back to his feet here and sort of alleviate that down. Oh, look at that power. Just scooped him up like a rag doll. Places him on the top turnbuckle, but gets a finger in the eye before he can do anything about it. Lombardi didn't know what to think about that kind of power.
I think that really shocked him too. And now he's taken to some sort of offensive action that he thinks could land him in a better position.
Lombardi in control of this one right at this particular point in time. Look out. Rake of the eyes along the top rope. Referee right on his case. Look at this now. Blatant right in front of the referee.
Well, that's his inexperience, because he's really caught him with disaster now. If he's disqualified, he gets no money at all.
Absolutely none. They go home empty.
And that's not going to help his cause either, arguing with the referee.
One argument you never win, Your Lordship.
No.
Of course, the referee has at his discretion any moment he could disqualify the man. Another nice clothesline. But Lombardi wastes so much time after he does an effective move.
Yeah.
Hooks the leg now, tries to hold him down, but no, SD too powerful to stay down in that one.
You're right, Gorilla. He really took his time with that one. He was trying to sort of flaunt his mastery, and yet he wasn't really mastering S.D. Jones.
Well, Lombardi looks like he might have met up with Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Got sort of a strange haircut there.
Yeah.
I don't imagine anybody would pay for something like that. Of course, Trudai will oblige you for free.
Maybe.
Lombardi over the top. Look at this. Once again, SD rolling back and forth here. Lombardi outsmarted him with that particular move. Caught him right in the sternum with the point of the boot.
Yes, I think Jones thought he had Lombardi going down, whereas it was the other way around. Lombardi just waited for that opportunity. Now he's definitely taken control of this match.
Another choke. Whoa. Oh, now he's choking and biting at the same time.
I'm afraid those tactics are not going to endear himself to anybody in particular. And the referee is watching him ultra carefully now. He may be disqualified at any moment.
SD starting to fight fire with fire here. Got another thumb in the eye. I don't care how big or powerful you are. If somebody sticks a finger in your eye, forget about it. That's a mistake. He didn't do his homework.
And once again, taking his time. And this could be a tragic situation for him.
SD now just measured him with that left uppercut.
This has developed into a battle of fisticuffs here, Gorilla. Not too many wrestling holds right at this particular moment.
It's a barnyard brawl now. Oh, big roundhouse left by Special Delivery, who is indeed a southpaw.
Yes, and Lombardi's got nobody else to thank for this situation. It's only he who has brought this upon himself. You can't mix that type of match with S.D. Jones, because he is a tough, powerful, and very, very aggressive opponent to be against in the ring.
Well, I'm sure Lombardi is giving it his all, because as we said earlier on that Terry Garvin indeed was watching this match live. Oh, there's a nice block there. Got the shoulders down but couldn't hold it.
I don't think Garvin's going to be awfully impressed with this, Gorilla.
I don't think so
This
either.
is back to the drawing board or back to the gymnasium.
Oh, nice. It's right in the center of the ring. Oh, he caught him. He caught Special Delivery Jones with a small package and really shocked everyone inside this Boston Garden.
Oh, what a shock that was.
Let's go up and get the official word.
The winner of this bout, Steve Lombardi.
Steve Lombardi with a surprise victory. Here it comes. Take a look at it. Look at this. Stepped right down, hooked both legs. I'll tell you, it was well executed.
It really was. It was a competent cover. I didn't notice that, how well he hooked both those legs. Well, he had him really held tightly there, but it was still an upset verdict, in my opinion.
SD can't believe it. We'll be back. Gorilla Monsoon here in the interview area with one of the luminaries, the fast-rising stars here in the World Wrestling Federation, referring to young Sam Houston. Sam, congratulations on your triumphant appearance here in the World Wrestling Federation and this ongoing feud you have going with Dangerous Danny Davis.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. You know, it's a real honor and a pleasure to be out here with a legend such as yourself, and I'm just happy to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, the last time I was here, Danny Davis thought he was slicker than spit coming out here and jumping me from behind. Well, son, let me tell you something. I'm out here to make money. I'm out here to win matches. I have a goal. I want to be a champion one day. Danny Davis, you want to jump on my back? That's fine, because I can take you all the way to the bank, and I can take you all the way down to the mat, and that's what I intend to do with you. You think you're pretty hot stuff? Well, I'm here to tell you you're not. Well, I can't tell you.
Well, unfortunately, Sammy, you've not only got to worry about Danny, you've got to worry about the Colonel, you've got to worry about the Hitman and the Anvil as well, because wherever Dangerous Dan is, those guys are not far behind.
That's true. They are a part of the Hart Foundation, and it's, from what I understand, it is a pretty strong foundation. They've got the Intercontinental Champion and everything else in their stable.
It certainly is, but a most interesting matchup indeed. Young Sam Houston taking on Dangerous Danny Davis right here in Beantown. We'll be back with more action in just a moment.
Stay with NESN for the hottest sports action in town.
Evans, deep left field down the line. Fair ball.
Coming up next week, it's Boston Red Sox Grapefruit League action live from Winter Haven, Florida. Join us for complete coverage as the Red Sox take on the Kansas City Royals Sunday, the Houston Astros Monday, the Detroit Tigers on Tuesday, the Montreal Expos Wednesday, and the LA Dodgers on Thursday. NESN's coverage of Boston Bruins hockey continues next week when the Bruins face off against the Quebec Nordiques live from Boston Garden Saturday at 1:15. The action will be fast and furious as the Bruins vie for playoff position in this important Adams Division matchup. NESN has season-long coverage of the Bruins, the Red Sox, plus college lacrosse, WWF wrestling, professional boxing, and more. It's all coming up, and it's only on NESN.
This is the Honky Tonk Man saying tune in each week on this station for the WWF Wrestling Challenge, because if you don't tune in each week, you're not going to see the Honky Tonk Man. You're not going to get to see the man strut and stroll, rock and roll. Woo! You're not going to get to see me ball and squall and climb the wall. Old time jubilee. Every week right here on this station. Don't you miss it. Be sure.
Hello, everyone. This is Gorilla Monsoon. Catch the best of professional wrestling with the WWF's Wrestling Challenge right here on the New England Sports Network every week. It's a pleasure to have, well, really not a pleasure. I'm sure that both of you guys are aware that coming up very shortly, March 27th, in Trump's Plaza in Atlantic City, a very important date for you two particular individuals in a lot of respects. True or false?
You better believe it, baby. You know, one of the matches I'm looking forward to, baby, is when the greatest intercontinental champion of all time, the Honky Tonk Man, takes on Buddha's the Bar.
That's his haircut, right?
He's not going to get his haircut, and don't forget about Greg the Hammer Valentine, baby. He might just win that big world belt. Don't forget it either, Gorilla.
Danny Davis, I understand that you, as well as the Hart Foundation, looking forward to the big Invitational Battle Royal.
That's right. You know, on March 27th, Jimmy Hart is going to be the happiest man in World Wrestling Federation history, because there's going to be a world champion, and then we're going to win the Battle Royal.
Certainly have a lot of confidence, Danny Davis, but I'm sure that the particular individual that you're going to meet here tonight in Boston Garden, referring to young Sam Houston, might give you a negative attitude. He's beaten you before.
It was a fluke, and I'm going to prove tonight, right here, that it was a fluke. Tonight, Sam Houston becomes a man.
Let me ask you this. You definitely look like you need a haircut, and I believe that Brutus the Barber Beefcake will be more than happy to oblige you.
Hey, let me tell you something. Nobody's going to cut my hair. My hair's as safe as in the vault of Fort Knox, and you can take that to the bank, Gorilla.
It could all happen March 27th right in Atlantic City, WrestleMania 4. The Intercontinental title could indeed belong to somebody else.
The following bout is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the manager, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. He represents from Dover, New Hampshire, weighing in at 230 pounds, Dangerous Danny Davis. His opponent, soon to be making his way to the ring area from Waco, Texas, weighing in at 227 pounds, Sam Houston.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Boston Garden. Gorilla Monsoon, along with his lordship Alfred Hayes, here for this big matchup, this big rivalry between young, dynamic Sam Houston and dangerous Danny Davis. It's going to be something else, your lordship.
It really is. It continues. And Davis has had his moments of glory against Houston, but I would say right at this moment, Houston has definitely got the upper edge here.
Well, you remember the last time these two individuals met, it was Danny Davis who did a Pearl Harbor job on young Sam Houston, and he certainly didn't want to see that happen again.
No, and Houston is never going to be caught napping. At least that's what he said. Be caught napping a game like that, and I think that Danny Davis may have lost that particular advantage.
Well, when you got the Colonel, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart in your corner, there's so many things that he can do to be distractive in there, and he gives you that little bit of an edge that you might not ordinarily have.
Yes, no matter what anybody might say against Jimmy Hart, he is a most astute manager. He knows some fantastic things for his men to get up to, and he can guide them to the right to the very top. As to wit, look at Honky Tonk Man.
Well, 1988 so far has proven to be a good year and a bad year, I would say, for the Colonel. I can remember back in 1987, not only did he have the reigning Intercontinental Champion in the Honky Tonk Man, but he also had the reigning Tag Team Champions, and he also had the Ladies Tag Team Champions, and all of that has gone by the wayside.
It's disappeared a lot of the...
Wow, look at that move. Brought him in the hard way.
Two really good moves there by young Sam Houston. This kid certainly knows he's wrestling.
Certainly does.
And by now, of course, he knows not to underestimate dangerous Danny Davis, because just as that title says, he can be dangerous.
He certainly can in more ways than one. And this capacity crowd here in Beantown has really taken a shining to this youngster. First time I laid eyes on him was in fact, the Sam Houston Coliseum in Houston, Texas, the night that the Fabulous One lost her title.
Oh, yes, that was really a shock.
To the reigning champion, Sensational Sherry.
Yes, isn't it amazing how once somebody attains a title just the same way as Honky Tonk, that they gather confidence with each defense, and they seem to be more assured. Here, of course, there's no title at stake, but Sam Houston has had several matches in this continuing feud against dangerous Danny Davis. He seems to have gathered a lot more confidence.
Oh, he certainly has, and what a character builder that is, because once you step inside that squared circle and it's a one-on-one affair, it's not a tag team match, you can't blame anybody, you can't share the responsibility, so to speak, with anybody. Whatever you do or you don't do out there is yours.
Absolutely, and that is so positive in many, many matches. What I like to see here, though, is Houston. I mean, he's really displaying confidence now.
Got that left arm chicken wing with a leg and just dropped back with it. That'll give you a negative attitude.
Yes, his first match against Davis, in fact, his first couple of matches against Davis, he really wasn't confident at all, and he was very apprehensive, and he didn't fare too well simply because of that. But it looks today as if Houston definitely has Davis's number.
Oh, look at the pain expression on the face of Dangerous Danny. He knows he's in a lot of trouble here in Beantown.
Mind you, that is when he's at his most dangerous.
Nice duck under and go behind, turned it into a nice hammerlock of his own. And Houston reverses it once again. Davis went for an elbow, but the youngster was ducking out of the way.
Yes, he's very supple, Sam Houston.
Look at that, hung right on, and still has that arm bar.
Very supple and very tenacious as well. Clinging to that hold. I think Davis could do with some advice from his mentor here, Jimmy Hart.
Certainly can.
I don't think Jimmy Hart has got any advice to give him.
Well, I don't know how he'd get it to him. He doesn't have the megaphone with him either.
No.
Trap, caught like a rat. Stomach drop coming up. Yes, he nailed him with it.
I think Davis's best thing right here, Gorilla, is to get out the ring, have a little regroup, and see if he can pick up some info from his manager, Jimmy Hart, because he's not faring very well at all.
Absolutely, good idea, but sometimes when you're in there in the heat of battle, you don't think about those things. That's the manager's job, to, if he has to, get up on the apron and say, hey, come on over.
He's got to do something, because his man is not faring very well at all.
Irish whip in. Whoa, Danny Davis caught him. Oh, nice short clothesline. Really nailed him with that.
Did you notice with that clothesline, Davis had all his body weight behind him?
Certainly did.
And when you go through with a move like that, all the way through, that's when it really hurts.
Here comes the mouth now. Colonel, up to just a moment ago, things were not going too well for you.
That's all right. You know, Danny's a little slow starter. You know what I'm trying to say? But he's ready, baby. He's
slow starter. He got his clock clean for the last 6 minutes in there. What are you talking about?
He's cool, he is cocky, and he's confident, and you're jealous over us, just like everybody else is jealous over the Hart Foundation.
Well,
but we will prevail.
Some advice. He was looking for some advice from you. Some words of encouragement. Where's your megaphone?
I'll tell you what, my megaphone's getting ready for WrestleMania 4. That's where my megaphone is, baby.
Excuse me.
Oh, he is so tense, so taut. And I can understand that.
Is he wound up or what?
Yeah.
Like a coiled spring.
Davis doing a little better now.
Look at this nonchalant comer. You're not going to beat Sam Houston like that.
No. Davis better realize he's not dealing with a kid. He may be young in years, Sam Houston, but he's quite experienced in the ways of wrestling.
Oh, wide open. There's a big roundhouse right. And Davis quick to retaliate. Look at this now. Blatant chokehold. Three-quarter Nelson. Draped right over that top rope. Referee making him break it immediately. But he's still at it. Got a 5 count in there to get out.
I tell you something about Davis. He took a heck of a shellac in the first 5 or 6 minutes. But look at him now. He's really survived that. And he's coming back really strong against Houston.
Elbow dropped it right on the arm. Close to the elbow.
I think he tried to administer that shot to the lower ribs of young Sam Houston, and I think to a degree he was successful with that. Really slow with that.
Houston coming up off the canvas now, but Davis with that knee lift stopped him again. Point of the knee going right into the sternum.
Come on, watch your fist. Take him out. Take him out of the corner. 1, 2.
Irish whip, no, reversal, and it's Davis hard into the corner. Here comes Houston, nobody home.
Oh, Davis set him up beautifully for that hold, or that move, I should say. Houston moves with such speed, it's quite incredible, but there, Davis was slightly ahead of him.
About a half a step behind, I guess.
He was just...
Oh, nice reverse neck breaker. Well executed.
And now Houston appears to be at least in a lot of trouble.
That'll give you Excedrin headache number 35.
Yes. You know, we have 2 men in the ring now, both capable of powerful recoveries. So let us just hope that Houston can recover.
Brought that big roundhouse right out of nowhere and another one, and now it's turned into a fisticuffs match. Look at this. Irish whip in. Oh, nice. Half a bulldog, half a clothesline, and Davis is looking for some timeout.
Oh, Davis really got stunned with that. He got caught. He's been hurt, and now he's trying anything out of desperation to keep away from Houston.
Sends him in again. No, reversal by Davis. Oh, ducks underneath that clothesline. Look out. He's caught. Oh, Sam Houston right over the top rope and down to the hardwood floor. He's hurt.
Yes, and he came out very, very heavy there. And it was a kind of a three-point landing on 2 elbows and 1 knee.
Let's go back and take a look. Here it comes. Look at this. Davis just pulled that top rope down. And Houston trying for that flying body press. Just missed everything. Look at this. The Colonel knows what's happening. He wants this guy back in the ring. He knows he's hurt. Reach underneath. Suplex coming up from the outside. Sam Houston really in trouble. This one is history.
Aha. Some really super moves there by Davis. You've got to hand it to him. He knew what to do at the right time, and he did it.
Sam Houston literally out to lunch.
The winner of this bout, Dangerous Danny Davis.
Dangerous Danny Davis with a very impressive victory. However, it was young Sam Houston who really beat himself as he went flying over that top rope just earlier on and knocked himself out. And now Dangerous Danny puts him away with this nice suplex reversed from the outside. Could have counted to 50.
Absolutely, and that's going to look really good in the record book for Davis. Another victory, and he's chalked up quite a few of them.
And not too good for young Houston.
No.
We'll be back with more in just a moment. Gorilla Monsoon here in the interview area with one of the most controversial men in all of professional wrestling. Do you have any ID with you at all?
Not at all.
How do I know, in fact, that you are Dave Hebner?
Everywhere I go, people say that. I am the real Dave Hebner. I'm the only Dave Hebner. There's not another Dave Hebner.
Well, it certainly appeared in Indianapolis that there was more than one Dave Hebner. What is the story? Where were you if you were not in the ring?
I was locked up in a room, could not even get out. 5 big guys holding me back. Finally, I just...
You were the official referee assigned to that match.
I was the official referee there. When I got there, it was all over. I come running, hollering, hooping, wait.
You sure you don't have any ID?
No, not on me. Not on me.
Well, folks, this is perhaps the real Dave Hebner, the man who, I don't know, maybe caused Hulk Hogan to be stripped of the title. Would you not say that?
No, not at all.
If you were in the ring, he might still have the title.
Exactly.
Well, then why do you say no?
I'm fair.
Oh, okay.
You know I am.
Plenty more action still to come. We'll be back in a moment. You sure you don't have a driver's license?
No, not on me.
Stand by.
Hi, Tom. Looks like you beat me again.
No problem, Whitey. Have a sporting news on me. I get it at home, and that's where I'm heading.
I get the sporting news at home, too. But when I'm on the road, I buy it to keep up, especially about you American Leaguers.
I thought you were always up on us American Leaguers, Whitey.
Watch it, Kelly. I'll get you at the All-Star game for that one. In the meantime, stay with the sporting news.
For all the baseball news, read the sporting news every week. You get hot pennant action, player profiles, more stats and inside updates than any other sports weekly. Plus complete year-round coverage of football, basketball, and hockey, including special issues. Call for a super deal that saves you 75% off the newsstand price.
For convenient home delivery and a super deal, call now toll-free 1-800-854-4900. Get 55 issues of the sporting news for 4 easy payments of $7.50. Call now 1-800-854-4900. That's 1-800-854-4900.
NESN is your ticket to great racing thrills, NASCAR racing in the Martinsville Winston Classic 200, Tuesday, March 29th at 9 p.m.
The following is a tag team bout scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit. Introducing in the ring at a combined weight of 472 pounds, Jacques and Raymond, the Rougeau brothers. And their opponents, soon to be making their way to the ring area, accompanied by their manager, Mr. Bougie. From parts unknown, at a combined weight of 578 pounds, Axe and Smash, Demolition.
Talk about destruction, talk about demolition. Here they come, led by Mr. Fuji. Willamon along with Lord Alfred Hayes here in Beantown, Boston Garden, as the Rougeaus certainly have their work cut out for them.
They do indeed. Just look at these magnificent men, the Demolition, Axe and Smash. They strike fear into the hearts of most of their adversaries. I'm not quite sure whether they will be able to intimidate the Rougeau brothers, but they're certainly going to try it.
Well, if they don't, Mr. Fuji will.
Yeah.
That devious individual. And the referee for this one, perhaps the real Dave Hebner.
I wonder which one. Hogan certainly couldn't tell which one it was.
Well, somebody spent an awful lot of money, referring mainly to the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and he, in fact, accomplished something. He stripped Hulk Hogan of the World Championship.
He said he would, you know. And he did it not necessarily with money, but you have to admit, money did play an important factor in it.
Absolutely.
Just look at the enormous shoulder power strength that is obvious in these two, the Demolition, Axe and Smash.
Both well over that 300-pound mark. Rougeau's Jacques and Raymond giving away a lot of size and strength here. Of course, they have the speed and agility on their side. How much of an effect that will have with Axe and Smash, only time will tell that.
Yes, truly. You know, Axe and Smash are maybe much bigger physically than the Rougeau brothers, but I don't think they have bigger hearts than these two boys.
Good shot at the devious one with that painted kisser of his.
Yeah.
Jacques starting off with Smash. Handful of hair just forces Jacques right back into the ropes. Going to work on the leg.
They don't waste any time, do they, Gorilla?
Look at this. Both men in there now, pounding away. Here comes Raymond, and he gets caught up in it as well. And they're pounding him, too. Come on, ref.
My word, they're devastating.
Looks like a barroom brawl.
Already.
Oh, look at this. Things have turned around here. A mule kick. Double axe handles. They've got Demolition, really.
And that's quite a feat to put the big Smash down on his back within the first minute or two of any match.
Shot him into his own partner. Used the ropes for a little leverage there. Got a double sort of drop kick in on him from a standing position.
He did, but the timing was just a little bit off there. Otherwise, he'd have, I believe, put Smash down again. But most unusual to see Smash on his back in the first minute.
Absolutely.
The Rougeau brothers accomplished something there.
Raymond, the younger of the two brothers?
No, actually, he's the
I can't keep that straight. Nice arm drag. Right out of that corner.
He's a good technician, Raymond. And Jacques, of course, has the speed. And he has a lot of leaping ability.
High cross body, well effective. Mr. Fuji, things not going too well for Demolition early on in this match.
Don't look at the Guinea boys now. Look at N like book. Now N is very important. What we're going to do to Rougeau.
Yeah, but Fuji, let's be realistic. You're supposed to be the master out there. You're supposed to have these guys ready for any kind of confrontation. And yet, within the first 5 minutes of this match, Demolition proved that they weren't ready.
They are ready now. Look, take a look. Take a look what is going on.
Well,
you see?
Sooner or later, the tide will turn, Mr. Fuji. Incidentally, I don't like the paint job on your kisser either.
Well said. Well said. But I wouldn't take my life in my hands like that. He was standing awfully close to you with that dreadful-looking cane.
Well, I know Mr. Fuji pretty well, and I had one hand free at all times.
Good for you. It looks as if Axe is the victim of a wishbone there, and Raymond is really going to work on the left leg of Axe. Rougeaus are doing remarkably well.
They certainly are. They've impressed me in this particular matchup.
They certainly are an exciting team. You know, it's most unusual to have a brother combination as a tag team. I can't think of anybody at the moment or any other team that has a brother combination.
No, there's not too many around.
There really isn't, and it must give them some sort of edge. They must have a lot more understanding, automatic.
Oh, look at that! The lights were on, but nobody home. There's that mule kick again. That's a dangerous move. That could put the lights out for you. Look out, hard into the corner. Monkey flip, perhaps.
He's trying to
hesitated momentarily that cost him dearly.
It did, but the superior strength there of Axe managed to keep him in that corner, and Raymond couldn't prize him out for that monkey climb.
And now in the wrong part of town, and Smash just literally doing what his namesake says, smashing away.
Look at those powerful slams. Smash followed his man all the way down to the canvas with that. Got every last piece of brutality out of it.
I can remember a tag team from years ago, your lordship, that I'm sure you're aware of the name when I mentioned it to you, referring to the Gallagher brothers.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. They were fantastic. And you know, of course, Sharp's father and his uncle, who were brothers, formed a very good tag team.
Absolutely. Oh, look at Fuji with a cane. Right in the lower abdomen. Referee all the way over on the other side of the ring. Had no chance of seeing that.
Wasn't looking at all, Gorilla. He completely missed that. I don't know whether he was purposely distracted or whether he just allowed himself to be distracted.
What a cheap shot that was. Decided advantage when you have a guy like Mr. Fuji outside on the floor. When you go out there, you're in trouble.
The power of the Demolition is just incredible. It's almost without parallel in any other rank of wrestling. Smash then just picked up Raymond and threw him bodily into the ring. And Raymond is a 240-pound or 50-pound man. That takes a lot of doing.
Jacques from the outside shouting words of encouragement to Raymond as the tag is made, but he's a long way from making any kind of a tag with his partners. Snap there takes him over again, and they're going to work on the neck.
And they're going to work on Raymond extensively. They don't want Jacques inside. Apparently they think Raymond might be the weak link of this combination.
We saw only moments ago, Jacques from the outside Oh, Jock's coming in now. And referee caught him. Look at this now. A chance for Demolition to double up once again. No tag made there. Referee's so intent on getting Jock out of there that he didn't see the tag.
No, he didn't pick that tag off at all, or that non-tag, should we say.
Where did Raymond find his strength to do that? Well, that'll take care of that in a hurry.
Yeah. Mind you, it's very easy, I should say, to confuse the axe and smash combination. They both look so much alike, especially with those painted faces.
Oh, suplex out of nowhere.
What a tremendous show of strength there by Raymond. Who would have thought that was possible?
Not me.
What incredible strength shown by Raymond there. And now he needs to make that tag desperately.
Nice chance for him to do just that, too, if he can. Trouble is with a suplex, when you're hurt, sometimes it takes as much or more out of you than out of your opponent.
Now is a good chance. And that is the tag made. You're absolutely right about that, but fortunately for Raymond, he was able to get out.
Smash scooped right up. Oh, planted. And Axe steps in there, and he gets caught by Jacques. And now all four. Well, look at this. Double knocker.
Jacques doing remarkably well against both members of the Demolition team. Good back elbow.
Flying elbow. Over to make the cover. No.
Referee not there.
All four men inside the ring. Referee's losing control of this one in a hurry.
Referee completely distracted.
Smash was down there. Here comes the Boston Crab. Look out. Axe planted that size 15 right in the kisser of Jock. And now off. Pardon me.
Oh, what a powerful double clothesline there by Demolition on Jock.
It's over. Just like that, just that quick, you make a mistake with Demolition, and it's all over.
Absolutely, they were masterful tactics, though, shown by Demolition.
The winners of this bout, Demolition.
Demolition, along with the help of Mr. Fuji earlier on in the match, victorious here in Beantown. Here it comes. Look at this. What better and more fitting place to apply this hole than in the Boston Garden?
Absolutely, a Boston Crab. But, you know, the Demolition kept their cool. Watch them here. They kept their cool, they regrouped, and they were able to administer this devastating double clothesline.
Knocked him right out. Planted him right in the middle of the ring. Referee Dave Hebner turns around. There's no way that Jock could kick out of that one. Demolition, very impressive here in Beantown. Sooner or later, your lordship, these guys are going to have gold around their waist. We'll be back in a moment.
The following bout is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Soon to be entering the ring area, the King, Harley Race.
Well, we hear that triumphant music as the King is making his approach to the ring here in Boston Garden. Gorilla Monsoon along with his lordship Alfred Hayes. He's in for a rude awakening as he faces what a powerful individual in the Ultimate Warrior.
I wonder if he's done his homework. He usually does, Harley Race. He's very competent in that respect.
The Weasel, very conspicuous by his absence.
Why, he may be here. Who can tell?
Never can tell with him. That body has seen it all.
And his opponent, soon to be making his way to the ringside area, weighing 275 pounds, the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, take a look at him. Is he on fire or what? What a powerhouse.
That certainly is an intimidating sight. The King Race, he doesn't seem to be able to make head or tail of this man.
got very much.
No, I don't think he did either. That was a waste of time.
Well, it won't be too long now, Your Lordship. Coming up very shortly, March 27th, Trump Plaza, Atlantic City Hotel and Casino, WrestleMania 4. In that particular event, this man right here, the Ultimate Warrior, will have a real test of strength as he faces Hercules.
Yes, and isn't that an interesting, intriguing, and exciting thought? The fact of him going head-to-head, toe-to-toe, nail-to-nail, and definitely power-to-power against Hercules.
Well, there are so many important things going to happen out of Atlantic City on March 27th, as we have a 4 p.m. Eastern starting time for that event. First time in the history of professional wrestling that the World Wrestling Federation Championship will be decided, whoa, as he does a 360 out of there, and a single elimination tournament.
Yeah, and while you were saying that, we watched the sheer power, the awesome power of the Ultimate Warrior as he dragged that arm of the King and just hurled him completely over the top rope. Yes, that tournament is certainly mind-boggling.
It certainly is. In order to survive, of course, in that particular single elimination tournament, you must be victorious in order to proceed farther on in the tournament.
And what a test of endurance that is going to be.
To reach the end, you've got to accumulate, well, 4 wins. Bandied upside down, slithering down the steps goes the King. He's in real trouble.
Well, he was stopped when he went out of the ring, and he seems, as you say, in even worse trouble now.
Other outstanding matches lined up for March 27th, WrestleMania 4 in Atlantic City. Of course, the Tag Team Championship belts on the line. Strike Force meeting #1 challengers, Demolition.
And Demolition have really proved themselves to be an outstanding combination. They have absolutely ever.
That was a low blow by the King. It may have been inadvertent. He may be out.
I think it was inadvertent, but it seemed to catch him on the thigh more than anywhere else, so maybe that was lucky for the Ultimate Warrior. It seemed to be on the thigh more than anywhere else, and one only hopes that Ultimate Warrior can continue after that devastating blow.
Another big match, part of WrestleMania, of course, that 6-man confrontation. Maybe that's where the brain is right now, Your Lordship.
He has training. Working out. You think so?
He's got to put the tights on. He and the Islanders, of course, facing. Oh, what a shot!
Oh, my word.
Oh, and another one. Oh!
God.
Of course, we were saying Heenan and the Islanders facing the British Bulldogs, and Coco Beware. Whoa, another 360 by the King, and he's out of there.
Well, this has been all Ultimate Warrior so far. The King hasn't been able to do a thing against this virile, young, powerful athlete.
Certainly will be interesting to see what kind of shape Matilda is in when she returns to WrestleMania.
It will be the first glimpse the public gets of her, I believe, for a long time.
I'm anxious also, Your Lordship, to see how Matilda gets along with Frankie.
Yes, that's an interesting thought. And I believe she's been trained to sniff out Heenan, Bobby Heenan, and wreak a little justice there on him.
Won't take too much sniffing to do that. Celebrities galore lining up for WrestleMania 4 to Wheel of Fortune's Vanna White. And, of course, Mr. Baseball himself, Bob Uecker. And from the lifestyles of the rich and famous, Robin Leach.
Yes, a countryman of mine. He certainly does a good job. Wow. And Race did a good job there of dispatching the Ultimate Warrior, but you can't keep this fellow down for long.
Oh, he's got that adrenaline flowing before he even hits that ring. He is a dynamic, powerful individual. Yeah. Look at that. Suplex from the outside. Oh, he went right over and behind the King with a reverse sunset roll up. He got him.
Oh, he made that look so easy. In fact, Race was hardly ever in this
suplex attempt from the outside by the King. Warrior just slipped over his right shoulder. Now look at this reverse sunset. Look at the leverage here. No way you're going to kick out of that.
No, had it completely wrapped up there. It was a combination of power and expertise on the part of the Ultimate Warrior. And really, I don't think Race had much chance in that match at all.
He certainly didn't. This dynamic individual, we're going to be seeing a lot more of him. We'll be back.
The following bout is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by his manager, Frenchie Martin. From Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing 255 pounds, Canada's strongest man, Dino Bravo. A man who holds the world bench press record at 712 pounds. And his opponent, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing 237 pounds, David Sammartino.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Beantown, Boston Garden. Gorilla Monsoon, along with his lordship, Alfred Hayes, and I think our ring announcer, Mel Phillips, was forced into lie there.
Yes, I think so.
He was intimidated into lying.
He was definitely intimidated.
Because it is not a factual thing that he does have the bench press record. It is not official.
No, they've called it the unofficial world record. But you know, they made Mel Davis even shake, not Mel Davis.
Mel Phillips.
Phillips.
Who on earth is Mel Davis?
But I was just thinking of being intimidated and shaking hands as well.
Oh.
That was quite a sight. Young David Sammartino looks to be in fine physical shape.
Boy, he certainly is. He's a powerhouse himself. Jesse the Body Ventura had an awful lot to do with that 712 pounds coming up off the chest of Dino Bravo.
Yes, there was an assist, you might say, there.
You know, I can honestly see somebody who's spotting a man attempting that, you know, to see that the guy's in trouble. You know, you do help him.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the weight comes down across your neck. But Jesse flat out lied about it. He said it never touched the bar.
Well, there was one thing I thought that was quite remarkable and very commendable, and that is, of course, he did actually do 650 without any assistance from Jesse whatsoever.
Yes, he did. Oh, nice arm drag by David.
So you must say here is a powerful man by anybody's estimation, Dino Bravo, and it certainly shows in that heavy, bulky upper body of Bravo. And mind you, he's got legs like tree trunks as well. He is an all-round powerhouse.
Certainly is. Former Canadian heavyweight champion. Of course, Frenchie Martin claiming that he's going to take him to great heights.
Yes, he has predicted that, and of course that remains to be seen.
Oh, reversal by David. Hard into the corner, beautiful hip lock out of there.
And here's one obstacle he's got to overcome in the beginning, and it's a very tough obstacle in the form of young David Sammartino.
David Sammartino certainly has a lot of characteristics of Father Bruno, does he not?
He does. He has that all-out ability of a human dynamo that never seems to stop going. And the older he gets, the more he begins to look like the old man. I shouldn't say that.
So many of his mannerisms.
Yes, I shouldn't say the old man. I should say David. David's father, Bruno.
Well, he asked me one night in the locker room, he said, Gorilla, he said, how do I follow in those footsteps? I said, you don't. You make your own.
Yes,
you don't even attempt. Oh, look at this. Smart move on the part of Dino Bravo, as David had gone for a monkey flip out of the corner, and he got caught right in the middle of it.
He
Beautiful
did that.
Inverted atomic drop. Pile driver, yes.
David managed to lift his head there, but he still got caught very badly on the shoulders. And that can really take its toll upon anybody.
wasted a lot of time there. The foot on the ropes will stop that count. He might have gotten a 3 count earlier on had he gone right over and made the cover.
You know, I think he would have. I really do. David is struggling now, and a little inexperience beginning to show from this youngster.
2 count once again. That's all he could get.
He's got a lot of grit, the youngster there in the ring, but I don't know whether that is going to be enough against Dino Bravo, who is not only powerful, but very, very experienced.
Reverse chin lock. Gotta watch that, slips underneath the chin, becomes an automatic chokehold.
And Frenchie Martin on the outside is doing his best to distract the referee as well. And I would imagine the moment the referee looks at Martin, that that's exactly what Dino is going to do, slip that hold down into a chokehold.
David now coming to his feet, trying to alleviate some of that downward pressure.
Struggling hard to
that's right underneath the chin, your lordship.
It is very, very dangerously close to the throat.
That's a choke in my book.
In fact, the referees checked it twice, and each time Dino Bravo moved that position slightly.
David came out with a few lefts and rights, but was stopped immediately. Look at this, sunset, got him. Got the leg. Oh, look at that, Frenchie was almost in there.
Yes, he was. He's very, very anxious there for his protege.
Plants him with another slam and an elbow, but nobody home on that one.
Gosh, that was an awful miss by Bravo, because he missed by quite a fraction of a second. And now Sammartino trying some really tough efforts.
Just a glancing blow with that reverse knife edge, but sends Bravo in for the ride and planted that one downstairs. Look at this, small package right in the center of the ring. What an upset now. And Frenchie was almost in there again.
Yes, power being shown on the part of Bravo there to spring out of that hold. David had him, a knee right to the jaw. And that was a hard knee to the jaw.
Frenchie underneath that bottom rope once again. He could be disqualified here. Look at this reversal now by Bravo. Oh, there it is. The patented side suplex. Forget about it.
He does that so well. He hides it so efficiently. They never know what's coming.
Let's get the official word.
The winner of this bout, Dino Bravo.
Dino Bravo with that patented side suplex of his really set this one up very nicely. Look at this.
They never know whether it's going to be a backbreaker or not, and he takes that knee out of the way right at the last instant and catches them every time.
Bravo on the victory here in Beantown. Plenty more action still to come. We'll be back. Gorilla Monsoon here in the interview area with one of the most dynamic individuals here in the World Wrestling Federation, referring to Jake the Snake Roberts, another dynamic individual with a weapon, Jake, stepping in there against the big outlaw Ron Bass.
Yeah, the big cowboy, the man from Texas that says he hasn't met a challenge yet that he really respected. Well, I don't know if I can teach him about respect. You know, the man's very big, he's very strong, and he likes to carry that little whip around.
Certainly does.
People. Well, I know something about intimidation and abusing people. I enjoy them both.
You've proven that many times.
Yeah, over and over again. That's why Damien's always around, just to give you something else to think about. But you know, Gorilla, anytime you step into that ring, there's so many things that come towards the outcome of a match. You know, the outcome depends on the speed of the man in the ring, the ability of the man in the ring, the strength, the power, whatever you want to call it. There's 1,000 things that have to do with the outcome of a match. Every time you step in there. Well, with me, brother, it's like this. With the DDT, it's like I'm the only one holding the gun, and I will use it.
The DDT could make things real bad for the outlaw. We'll be right back in just a moment. The dangerous individual has arrived on the scene. Would you like to stop just popping Miss Betsy for a moment so that we can have...
You know, Monsoon, before you get any further, I know that this just makes your day because you've always wanted to be a cowboy. Ever since you were a little bitty boy, you always run around and want to get on all those little merry-go-rounds. And you know, I'd make you a cowboy, but there's only one problem. Elephants don't take saddles. You understand what I'm saying? I'm
right?
done. Yes, I'm done.
I got news for you. You know,
What do you got?
Damien could just about eat this thing right here.
You know something, Monsoon? I need a new pair of boots, and Damien would make a perfect pair of boots. But I don't want to talk about Damien right now. What I want to talk about...
Why are you hollering?
Because I understand you're getting a little bit old and you're getting hard of hearing, and I want you to hear everything that I say. You understand?
Don't point your finger at me.
Let me tell you something, big boy. You know, you're just not too far over the hill, but you get your big carcass right up there in that ring, and we can settle anything that you got against me. You understand?
Too much provocation.
Well, just get up there and we'll just see about it, big boy. In fact, why don't you get in WrestleMania 4? We got a big battle royal. You know, there's going to be 20 people there. Why don't you get your tights, put your boots on, and get in the ring, and we'll just see if you follow the rules.
You're liable to have a heart attack. Cool down here. Why are you getting so excited for?
Because you bring out the best in me, Monsoon. I guarantee you bring out the best, and I want to get your big butt in the ring. Sure, you're bad. You got here, you throw people's hat on, you talk bad, let people get up and cheer for you. Well, why don't you back it up, boy? WrestleMania 4.
Take this thing and get yourself inside the ring and try to survive Jake the Snake Roberts.
Let me tell you something. Don't you get in my face like that again. If you ever do, you're liable to film this bitch, you understand? Huh? Why don't you get up in the ring then?
Why don't you just
huh? Because you're going to what you're fucking doing, you understand that? Huh? I want you to shut up and we'll just see about it, huh?
The following bout is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Houston, Texas, weighing in at 300 pounds, Outlaw Ron Bass. His opponent, soon to be making his way to the ring area from Stone Mountain, Georgia, weighing 247 pounds, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Rousing ovation here in Beantown for Jake the Snake Roberts along with Damien. Here at ringside, Gorilla Monsoon along with Alfred Hayes. What a matchup this is going to be. Betsy and Damien. Who's going to survive this one, Alfred?
Wow. Very, very difficult to pick a survivor, but I certainly know that Damien will be there at the end. However, Snake has certainly taken a lot on his hands here against this rough cowboy from Texas, Ron Bass. And Ron Bass has got a little psychological backing for himself with that whip that he calls Betsy. You always raise the ire in this man. What do you do to him, Gorilla?
I don't know. He snapped that whip at me. I thought he was maybe going to flick something at ringside, but I think he was aiming either for you or I, Alfred.
I definitely think so, yes. I think it was more in your direction than mine, and I certainly wouldn't like to be cut by that.
He's certainly not happy about that little ominous green bag over there in the corner. That we know what it contains, and so does the Outlaw.
He's not happy about that situation at all. He certainly is a huge, powerfully built man, though. Look at him.
Boy, he certainly is, and he can back it up, too. Nice shot right over the, shall we say, the home turf of Damien.
Yes, a snake's eye view of what's going on in the ring there.
Side headlock by the big Outlaw. Jake tried to get rid of him, but he held on to a handful of hair and stopped him dead in his tracks. Both of these guys finishing holds of very permanent type.
Yes, the DDT, there was a movement on to ban that hold, and it never was successful, so...
Now, the Colonel started all that.
Yes. And Jake has been so successful with that one particular maneuver.
Trying to power out of it. Oh, a handful of hair turned it right around again. And that most unusual type of pile driver that is used by the Outlaw Ron Bass, where he just stuffs your head between his legs and drops forward with you.
Yes.
Most unusual.
Well, unusual it may be, but devastating it certainly is. And he's really shown some victory with that move.
Just ran over him like a steamroller.
That could have been you, Monsoon.
He said that could have been me.
Well, you're not in the ring. I don't know how that could have been.
I'm retired. What's wrong with this guy? Does he know I'm retired? I have to send him a memo.
Yeah. Well, he can't read, I don't think, so it wouldn't make a lot of difference to him.
Side headlock once again by the big Outlaw, Ron Bass. In fact, I understand most of the people I talk to, your lordship, from the state of Texas, only have derogatory things to say about the Outlaws.
Yes, I must admit, when I was in Texas, they were warm, friendly people. Nothing at all like this fellow, Ron Bass. I don't know where he was spawned from, but obviously he came from a very, very, what could you say? I don't know, primitive place.
He might have been branded a few times when he was a youngster. Only moments ago here, this capacity crowd was chanting DDT. They wanted to see it, but I'm sure Jake would love to deliver it as well. However, you're going to have this guy in quite a bit of trouble in order to be able to do
I
that.
think so. And he is a powerful man. It takes a lot to stun him or hurt him even. And you've really got to have a man out on his feet almost before you can administer the DDT with its really finishing effect.
Very clever maneuver on the part of Jake the Snake Roberts, as during that crisscross, he just rolled right outside the ring. A very, very astute maneuver.
Yes, it was a kind of a sliver out of the ring there. Actually, a good maneuver on 2 points. Firstly, it's given Jake a chance to regroup and to reform his ideas. Secondly, it certainly made Ron Bass more agitated.
Well, Jake is inviting the big outlaw down onto the hardwood floor, and he's coming.
Jake's going to run him around.
He's going to tire him out. He's going to have to run out of gas. Oh, he caught him coming in with a beautiful knee lift, and there's a sign for the DDT. Can he slap it on? No. He slipped out the back door in a hurry. Whoa.
That was really a nice tactical move by Snake Roberts, who seems to be enjoying himself now. He's in a much better situation, but he really trapped the big Texas cowboy then.
Sort of outsmarted him. Of course, I don't think that's any great feat to outsmart outlaw Ron Bass.
No, he seems to be a little short on the side where it comes to mental effort. However, physically, he's certainly not short in that side. Look at those powerful shoulders and arms and chest on him.
Boy, he can do a number on you. And I would imagine it takes quite a horse to carry him around. Big roundhouse right by Jake. Nailed him. Ducks underneath another one. There's another shot. Got the big guy reeling now.
He's not going for a third one of those, I noticed. Stung twice, not caught the third time.
Oh, we can hear it once again, DDT, but Jake at this particular point in time is just happy to be surviving out there. There's some kind of a Texas salute there of some kind.
Whatever it was, Bassett was not happy with it, and he's even more agitated now. And obviously Snake's idea is to run this bout or control it from a psychological point of view.
Well, he's got him just about out of cool right now. The outlaw has lost it. But he's still powerful and still dangerous, as is evident.
Look at that, 2, 3 really hefty left knees there to the midsection of Roberts. Has him reeling. When Bass nails you, he certainly hurts you.
Certainly does.
Those huge limbs of his, either arms or legs.
Oh, right up over the back. And now a couple of lefts and a big right hand, and he's right down where Damien is. Boy, did he get out of there in a hurry.
He doesn't like that.
You think those guys from Texas, your lordship,
You see that silly thing?
would be used to snakes. They're dealing with a lot of rattlers and all kinds of, slithering type creatures out there.
There's so many snakes down there, especially as you say rattlers. But maybe it breeds some sort of fear into a person like Ron Bass.
I always say to shake your boots out before you put them on.
Yes, if they're not snakes, they're probably scorpions there.
So far, Jake the Snake Roberts doing a nice psychological job on the outlaw Ron Bass, but he hasn't stopped that power of his. Look at that. Woo.
You know, Jake tried for a double clothesline there, but the Texan is so powerful, it really didn't faze him at all.
Rips him, whoa, hard into the corner.
How'd that feel, boy?
Boy, that'll make life difficult for you. That lower lumbar region, the cervical thoracic vertebrae really taking a beating there. He's about to give him another one. Oh. So much momentum behind that move that drove Ron Bass, the outlaw, down to the canvas as well.
Yes, and now all that psychological warfare that Snake was waging is certainly not holding him in good stead. Now it's just pure, raw, brutal strength on the part of Ron Bass, and Snake is in trouble.
Certainly is, reeling and reeking in pain here. Outlaw reaches over for a handful of hairs. He wants him back in there. He figures he's right for the picking right now.
And he may be absolutely correct in that assessment, because for the last 2 or 3 minutes, Roberts hasn't been able to offer any sort of offense at all against this big Texan.
Really going to work on that kidney area.
Look at the casual way he's just rolled him and covered him.
Come on, come on, come on. Foot's on the rope, break the hold. The man has to slow down a little more. What do you say, Snake?
Well, I'll tell you what. If the outlaw Ron Bass doesn't put him away here very shortly, I don't believe he can put him away because the tank is becoming empty.
Yes, it might be, and you know, he doesn't seem to possess the technical ability to be able to pin Roberts and gather one of those legs in to make it a key hold.
Very astute observation.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I think Bass is just used to pounding the living daylights out of his opponents until they're quite senseless, and they find it impossible to lift their shoulders. This is what he's trying to accomplish.
Oh, he telegraphed that move from around the corner, and Jake out of there in a hurry.
He was trying to accomplish that end with Jake, but
look at this.
He's lost that chance now.
He nailed him with that short clothesline, but that back is hurting.
And you were definitely right about the gas tank running a bit empty. He's breathing exceptionally hard.
Oh, he tried to slap that DDT on, but Bass just rammed him back into that turnbuckle. Look out. Jake off the ropes, and woof. Ran into the brick wall again. Oh,
oh, my word. I thought that was all over for Roberts then.
It certainly appeared that way.
Oh, that huge body of Bass fell on him.
Oh, he couldn't hold him. Could be all over here now.
He's a survivor. Roberts is definitely a survivor.
Both men right for the pickings right now. Here comes the big outlaw. He's still got something left. Oh, reversal. Hard into the corner. Oh, ran right into a knee.
Bass managed to find something to raise that huge leg of his up in the air, and Roberts ran right onto it. And now Bass seems to be... Oh! Well, look at that! What can you say? Just as you think Roberts is down, and now he managed to do something to save himself.
Nice knee lift, just caught Bass completely by surprise and drove him right outside the ring. Oh, he got counted out. He got counted out on the floor.
The big fellow didn't have the strength to get back in. And now he's taken advantage of Roberts' back being turned.
Jake the Snake Roberts hurt, but victorious. He may have to pay the price here as we see Miss Betsy in the hands of the outlaw. Referee warning him. Oh, look at this. Here comes Damien. Damien is out of the bag. On the back of the outlaw. Boy, he forgot all about Miss Betsy in a hurry.
He did. And he took off in a hurry, too. Once Damien was wrapped around his neck. Look, Damien's still going for him. Jake has taught that snake exceptionally well.
The winner of this bout, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Jake the Snake Roberts certainly doesn't look like the winner, but he definitely is, as the big guy was counted outside the ring. And look at Damien surely made quick work of Miss Betsy.
Yes, he did. Damien's still looking for Pat.
Here it comes here. While he was arguing with the referee about being counted out, Jake got over and got Damien out of the sack. Now look at this. He's going to wrap it right around his neck. Watch the panic.
Oh, look at that. My word, look at Bass. He cannot believe this dreadful thing that's happening to him. He's trying to get desperately to that rope.
Said he wanted a pair of snake boots, but not quite in that particular manner.
No.
Plenty more action still to come here from Beantown. We'll be back.
The following is a tag team bout scheduled for one fall with a 1 hour time limit, and it is for the World Wrestling Federation Ladies Tag Team Championship. Soon to be making their way to the ring area, accompanied by their manager, Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. At a combined weight of 309 pounds, Leilani Kai and Judy Martin, the Glamour Girls.
Glamour Girls being led down by their manager, the Colonel, the former champions, Gorilla Monsoon here along with Alfred Hayes, as the Glamour Girls given a golden opportunity here, so to speak, to get their title back, Lord.
Yes, when Jimmy Hart put these two girls together, everybody thought they were indestructible. That was, of course, until the Japanese Bomb Angels came along.
And their opponent, soon to be approaching the ring area from Japan, at a combined weight of 289 pounds, the World Wrestling Federation Ladies Tag Team Champions, the Jumping Bomb Angels.
Jumping Bomb Angels getting a big ovation here in Beantown, as they really shocked everybody when on national television they stripped the Glamour Girls of the World Wrestling Federation Ladies Tag Team Championships out.
They did, and in the course of that, they endeared themselves to everybody's hearts. They're really exceptional, these girls. They've made another concept of ladies tag team wrestling, which of course other teams haven't been slow to pick up on. They're so well trained. Their maneuvers are so different. They've been able to put together teamwork to a degree we've never witnessed before.
Speed, agility, cunningness, quickness, ring savvy, ring smarts, so to speak.
They really have it all. Plus those coveted ladies tag team championship world title belts.
However, that individual standing between the two Glamour Girls could make the difference.
He could. Well, of course he did with the Angels. I mean, when he first put them together and they went on that intensive instructional course under him, they became world champions, and quite rightly so.
Oh, look at this. Judy Martin not wasting any time. Oh, nice forward roll. Drop kick right out of nowhere.
Wow. If you're not successful with one thing, go for something else.
Absolutely. Oh, did she just plan her with that one?
These young Japanese girls are going for a quick victory here.
Judy lucky to come out from underneath that one.
God, my word.
Look at Leilani. She doesn't want to come in there at all.
They're shocked.
Why are you tagging me, she's saying. Because it's your turn.
Yes, she's hoping she's going to fare better than her partner did.
Irish whip in, look out, flying elbow, nail Leilani with it, and another one-foot drop kick right under the chin.
Oh.
And a power slam for her as well.
And what a slam.
So far it's been all Jumping Bomb Angels, but this one a long way from being over.
Yes, these Glamour girls have a lot of good tricks up their sleeves. And obviously, Mouth of the South, their manager, is hoping that they'll pull some of those out pretty soon. Otherwise, it might be a very short-lived challenge for their titles back again.
Well, hand on the ropes, that means the referee's got to break the hold, which he did not. Oh, look at this. Short arm scissors the hard way.
Oh, it's years since I've seen a move like that. I think you used to do something like that in your days, didn't you, Gorilla?
Boy, I didn't apply it quite in that manner from that position, but I could use the short arm scissors.
You certainly could. I've seen you wrap up some opponents and some victories with that move.
But she just stepped right up there like a stepladder and came down right over the top, which is a very effective way of applying that hold. Unfortunately, she couldn't hold on to it, because that is a beautiful submission hold.
And it was a beautiful way she did it, too. It's very pretty to watch.
Hand on the ropes. Referee asking Leilani to indeed break the hold. Handful of hair and snaps her right over into her own corner as Judy Martin steps in.
The Glamour Girls are two rough customers. And not only are they rough, but they're very tough, too.
Oh, look at the bridge out.
Beautiful maneuver.
Body scissors and takes her over, 2 count only. I thought that was it for sure.
Oh, these girls are so good.
Beautiful flying body scissors. Oh, a double axe handle right to the chin and a drop kick. Too close. Oh, look at that. Leilani Kai just grabbed the referee.
The Jumping Bomb Angels came out with some unique maneuvers there. And when we talked in the beginning that they made a new concept of tag team wrestling for ladies, they certainly proved us to be right just then.
Absolutely. They incorporated those high-flying moves. Look at this. Airplane spin coming up by Judy Martin.
A very slow one.
Going around and round, but really didn't get her. Oh. Look at this. Abdominal stretch with a crucifix, too, and they're both on. They both got abdominal stretches. The referee, Dave Hebner's lost it.
Yeah, he doesn't quite know what to do here. And a saving move there by the Glamour Girls.
Perhaps we'll see a pile driver here.
My word. This is a very dangerous
Turned it loose with it. Hooks the leg, 1, 2, no.
That was just a tremendous move by the Bomb Angels. That was a unique way of delivering that suplex.
Oh, look at that high-risk move, planting that knee right in the lower abdomen. Dave Hebner can't keep up with the speed of these ladies.
He's certainly trying to, but they're leaving him gasping for breath.
Reversal and a knee right in the sternum area, and Judy wants out of there, and badly.
They haven't been faring too well for challengers. I think they're trying to break this hold that the Japanese girls seem to have over them.
Well, the momentum has all been one way so far in this match, but Leilani Kai trying to put a stop to that in a hurry.
I noticed that Mouth of the South had a very quick conflab with one of his tag team members there. Whether it's done any good or not.
Oh, look at that.
And hit the back of the head too, but still manages to make that all-important tag.
One of the Angels is definitely in real bad trouble, but she did manage to tag out of there.
These girls have presence of mind even when they're unconscious.
And the title definitely up for grabs here.
Look at that. Now the Glamour Girls are wreaking some trouble and a lot of havoc on this team of the Japanese Bomb Angels.
It's obvious to me, Your Lordship, that the Glamour Girls are not in as good condition as the Jumping Bomb Angels.
No, they certainly don't seem to be, but they're certainly rough and tough with what they do.
Look at that. Just flung her like a rag doll, did a 360 in midair, and came down face first.
The Japanese Bomb Angels certainly have finesse of wrestling, but the Glamour Girls have that rough and toughness that sometimes it takes to win a championship.
Get over there! Get over there! Holy road!
Well, the Glamour Girls, there's another move. It was only a 180 that time, but right into the corner where Leilani Kai is waiting. Look at that. taking advantage of the situation.
Jimmy Hart seems to have got his team back together on a better keel now, and they're beginning now to feel that they can get those championships back again.
Angels in deep trouble here in Beantown, as the Glamour Girls are pulling out all the stops.
They certainly are rough when they're on top. They don't let up on you for 1 instant. They are unrelenting.
Double team action here, going downstairs into the breadbasket. Leilani Kai, one of the roughest of all the female wrestlers that I know, Your Lordship.
She has that reputation, and it's well-deserved, believe me. She is tough as well as being rough.
Angel fighting back. A 1-foot drop kick right in the sternum by Leilani. Could be all over. Oh, look at that bridge.
What a great bridge there by the Japanese girl. I don't think Leilani Kai can believe that power.
Well, the Glamour Girls getting frustrated. Look out.
2, 3, get up.
Judy Martin's got the tag rope in her hand, and she just clobbered her. Oh, look at that. Ref right around the neck. Come on, ref. Take a look at that. Judy Martin with the tag rope wrapped around the neck of one of the Angels, and the referee doesn't even have a clue.
No, the other Angel can't contain herself. She wants in there in the worst way to save her companion, but this is really, really bad for the Japanese jumping bomb Angels.
Just about out of it, draped over that bottom rope. Right for the pickings right now.
Let her go. 1, 2.
Leilani instituting all kinds of punishment over there in the corner.
I don't know quite how this girl has been able to withstand it.
Oh, hard cross body out of nowhere. Can't get her. I didn't believe she could to begin with, but it was a good idea.
It was an excellent idea, especially at this stage, because they need something to bolster their morale.
Needing desperately to make a tag here to her partner.
Now the Glamour Girls are putting in some really excellent team maneuvers. Referee missed an opportunity.
Put on the ropes there.
Referee missed an opportunity there to count them out, but he's missed several opportunities anyway so far.
Angel fighting back, doesn't have a whole lot behind those blows, but trying to get to her corner through the legs and makes the tag. Oh, the referee did not see it. He's going to make her get out.
He's disqualified her, I believe.
No, he wants her out of there. He didn't see the tag made.
I thought he was going to disqualify her right there and then. He has lost control of this match. These girls have moved too fast, too sharp, and too quickly for him.
Certainly has.
And when a thing like this happens, the Glamour Girls can really take advantage of it.
Well, look at this. Allowing 3 people in the ring. Oh, duck underneath. Look out. Oh, double clothesline. This place is going bananas.
And now if she can only make that tag, and I believe she's going to.
She hasn't reached it yet.
Oh, Leilani. Or is that Judy Martin?
Oh, that's Leilani. Stopped her dead in her tracks.
Oh.
I believe we could see history made here. Oh, right on that one as Judy Martin was there. There's the tag.
They made the tag. In comes the fresh bomb Angel. And she's very, very quick. A high knee absolutely dropped one of the Glamour Girls, and she pulls the other one in. I don't know whether they made the tag or not, but
obviously
here it is.
They did, because the referee's allowing it. There's another high knee. Winding her up here.
And that's Leilani Kai who was on the receiving end of that. And the Japanese girls now have definitely taken control of this tremendous tag team contest.
Down for the cover, no, couldn't hold her. Angel off the ropes, high cross body. Look out, too close to the corner as Judy Martin's in there. And the referee didn't waste any time getting her out. Irish whip in again. Oh, missed that one. Look at this, the other angel from the top turnbuckle. Beautiful drop kick. Over for the cover. All four girls in there. It's mayhem. Look at this backslide. Hebner right over there. She got it.
Oh, what tremendous teamwork by the Japanese girls to keep their title intact.
They're on their feet here in B-Town. Let's get the official word.
The winners of this now, and still World Wrestling Federation Ladies Tag Team Champions, the Jumping Bomb Angels.
Jumping Bomb Angels victorious here in high style. Here it comes. She misses that hard crossbody, but look at this. Never saw her coming.
She certainly didn't know what was in store for her there. And what a tremendous drop kick that was off the top rope, and the other angel in there. And we thought that that would be the finish right there and then, but it wasn't. We thought maybe the Glamour Girls would be able to pull this out of the bag.
Jumping Bomb Angels successful in defending their title. Watch this nice maneuver here. Backslide coming up. Beautiful. Look at the legs in a driving position.
And this was one that the referee did see, and he was in there, and really justice was served in the end.
Jumping Bomb Angels, sensational. We'll be back. Gorilla Monsoon once again in the confines of Beantown, the Boston Garden, up here in the rafters with the reigning Intercontinental Champion, the Honky Tonk Man, and his manager, the Colonel. Where's the rest of the foundation?
Well, baby, they're getting ready. You know, tonight we've got the Strike Force and also Randy, not much of a man, Savage, right where we want them. They can't run the night. They're in a cage, right, Honky, baby?
Just a moment. I want you to realize one thing. This is a very interesting building here because this particular Boston Garden is where the Macho Man won the Intercontinental title. Are you aware of that?
Well, big deal. This is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time right here.
Only you and he agree on that.
I can't believe it. You want to talk about history. You want to talk about has-been. Why don't you say something like, this is where Larry Bird used to set a lot of records?
He does.
Why don't you say something like that? Why don't you say this is where some great hockey player played? Why don't you? Why do you have to say Randy Macho Man?
You don't see any guitars hanging up off
There's
the rafters,
guitars hanging on. Oh, they're hanging around Randy Macho Man's head. That's where they're hanging. And after the 6 man's over tonight, in a cage, I can't believe it. My fans, they wrote the WWF, they wrote Jack Tunney, and they said, no, we don't want the Honky Tonk Man in a cage.
Might mess up your face, right?
Because they don't want to see me hurt Randy Macho Man Savage.
Oh, please.
Yes, sir, that's what's going to happen.
Are you completely discarding the Strike Force?
The fact is this, the Strike Force will be the first ones to jump over the top to try to get away. The Hart Foundation will be there to support the Honky Tonk Man, just like they did on Saturday night's main event when they held Savage up for me to, boom, play that.
You're the greatest, Honky.
You're the greatest. Where will DDD be during all this? Dangerous Danny Davis.
Hey, you never know, man.
Come on, Jimmy, let's go.
6-man tag team action inside the cage here in Beantown, all coming at you in just a moment.
Soon to be making their way to the ring area at a combined weight of 510 pounds. Bret Hitman Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the Hart Foundation. And their tag team partner from Memphis, Tennessee, weighing 243 pounds, the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, the Honky Tonk Man.
Well, the Honky Tonk Man and the Hart Foundation about to make their way down here to Boston Garden for this 6-man, 15-foot-high steel cage matchup. Gorilla Monsoon along with Alfred Hayes here at ringside. Your Lordship, this is a brutal tight match.
It really is, and what an impressive trio these are. The former tag team champions of the world, Bret Hart, and of course his partner, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And they are with their manager, Malthus Jimmy Hart, celebrating already. They haven't even been in the cage or tasted its bitterness yet.
Well, the reigning Intercontinental Champion, the Honky Tonk Man, claiming to be the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Well, I believe if he's lived up to that at the moment, I don't say the greatest of all time because that would be a very, very difficult comparison to make. But he's certainly an outstanding champion.
And their opponent, soon to be approaching the ring area at a combined weight of 489 pounds, the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, Strike Force. And their tag team partner, accompanied by Elizabeth from Sarasota, Florida, weighing 238 pounds, Randy Macho Man Savage.
Well, the opposition just about to make an appearance here, being led by the very lovely Elizabeth, the Macho Man Randy Savage, and the reigning World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions, of course, Tito Santana, Rick Martel, Strike Force. There they are.
If before this, Gorilla, I said that the Hawk and the Honky Tonk Man were an impressive trio, then here is a trio that is even more impressive. And of course, that's Rick Martel and Tito Santana, who are the Strike Force, and Randy Macho Man, who is their partner.
Well, the bell's gone. They're all in there, all 6 men inside at the same time in order to become the winner here. One whole complete team, all 3 members must reach the arena floor, Your Lordship.
And they have to be there first, is that the situation?
Well, the first threesome, the first team that can collectively, they don't all have to be at the same time.
No.
But at one point, when all 3 members have reached the arena floor, they will be declared the winner.
I see, but wouldn't that say one man escapes from a team, wouldn't that leave the teams a little lopsided, being 2 against 3 then?
Absolutely. Makes it more dangerous. Of course, pinfalls do not count, submissions do not count. The only way you can win is to get up over the top of this 15-foot-high steel cage or go out through the door and reach the arena floor, but once you get out there, you can't go back.
I see, so you have to stay up there.
Absolutely.
That really is a disadvantage and yet an advantage at the same time.
Well,
just a little while ago, it looks as if Santana was trying to put Bret Hart through the cage and not over it.
Honky just about out of there, but he got stopped by Strike Force. The Macho Man unloads with an elbow. And now rams him right into the top turnbuckle. There's so much action going on. A nice block by Honky.
Honky Tonk Man a little fortunate there to be able to stop that because it looked as if he was headed straight for that steel bar that holds the cage altogether.
What a backbreaker by the hit.
Bret Hart going to the jump.
Oh, he's over there. Martel up there at the same time trying to stop him. Grabs a handful of tights and pulls the hitman back in.
And Honky Tonk's on his way over to grab Martel.
Hitman was almost dropped.
Savage from behind grabs Honky Tonk Man. And he receives some tremendous left from Rick Martel.
Look at this, the anvil going for the door.
Anvil practically out.
Anvil halfway out there. Tito Santana making the stop. And now it's Santana who's attempting to go down the steps. And the Anvil struggling to hold him back. Oh, look at this.
Santana! Santana's out.
Tito's out. That's 1 member of the team. But now, of course, it's 3 against 2.
So now this is where that... And look at this.
And the Anvil, he has
unopposed,
and he's out.
Completely unopposed, the Anvil. He slipped out while nobody was taking any notice.
Now all they can do is watch.
Yeah! And that, of course, now leaves 2 against 2. With Bret, the Hitman, with his partner, Honky Tonk Man.
They're throwing at you again and hit me, Gorilla.
And that leaves Ricky Martel of Strikeforce in there and Randy Savage, both of whom do not seem to be prospering at the moment.
Well, the Hitman doing a number right now on Rick Martel. Look at this. Oh, reversal. Oh, and he hit hard. Wow.
Face first. right into that cage, into that wire meshing and the steel bar at the same time. And now...
It's Martel climbing.
Martel's practically out.
Hitman's got him by the foot, though. He's not going to make it.
I don't think he is going to make it, Gorilla.
Oh, he
yes, he is.
He took him off.
Martel is practically there. But still caught again by a very, very alert and astute Bret Hart.
He's straddled up there now. Now he's back inside. The Hitman nailed him a good shot. In the meantime, the Macho Man getting choked out here with one of Strikeforce's T-shirts.
Absolutely, and Honky Tonk seems to be really in control in that segment of this match because Savage hasn't been able to escape from Honky Tonk at all. And that has left Bret Hart to have a free reign against Rick Martel of the Strikeforce. And the Harts would really like to establish themselves against the Strikeforce, who are the world champions.
Setting him up here. Oh, at the last moment, shoved off, and the Hitman rams into Honky. And now it's Martel and Savage both headed for the higher ground.
Simultaneously attempting to leave.
Oh, look at that. Martel is out of there. He's on his way down, and he is down.
So that's two of the Strikeforce out. But that leaves Savage by himself against Bret Hart and Honky Tonk Man.
Not good thinking. Look at this double axe handle. Oh, nailed him with it.
Actually, this leaves Honky Tonk Man and Bret Hart in very, very good shape. Because now they can just take their time and wage this offense against Savage and then both exit the ring.
Well, Strikeforce on the outside now. Nothing they can do about it. Their team partner trapped in there with the Honky Tonk Man and the Hitman. And they're just having their way with the Macho Man.
They really are. They're doing what they want to.
Oh, look at this. The Hitman going to the corner now.
Bret Hart is going to leave. Honky Tonk's telling him, come back.
He called him back.
Come back. And he may be right. Honky Tonk Man is right here. They're just laboring him there.
Oh, he nailed him.
Now could be a good chance for them both to exit the ring.
They can both walk right out of there right now.
I think Hart said, watch that gate, we're coming out.
No, he said piece of cake.
Oh, piece of cake. I thought he said, watch the gate.
No, he said it's a piece of cake right now, and that's exactly what it is for the Hitman and the Honky Tonk Man.
They're really controlling this, aren't they, Gorilla?
Two against one.
Their tactics are so good here. They've got everything going their way.
Irish whip it, look at this. Oh. I can't believe that they, now the Hitman calls for the gate to be open.
And they're both leaving. This was obviously too much for Savage. He couldn't face two men, but the point is now...
Hitman's out of there.
He can't go back.
And Honky stays in there to add some insult to injury.
Absolutely. He thinks this is icing on the cake. That piece of cake that they were talking about. And Honky Tonk now just taking his time. Strolling.
Wait a minute. He's not going to make it. Boy, he wasted too much time in getting out of there. And the door is slammed shut. And listen to this place explode.
Savage made a miraculous recovery there. And he's got that second win. And he's going absolutely berserk.
The Macho Man unloading on the reigning Intercontinental Champion. He may have outsmarted himself here.
He may have done, but he seems to have got the initiative back again. And here he goes, trying to get the hard way out of the cage.
Honky straddled up there. He's just about out of there. And Savage catches him by the hair. And he's pulling him back in.
And Honky's got to come back in or he loses all that hair.
He didn't have any choice. He's straddled up there right now.
There's not much Honky can do about this. Just... Oh, no! Oh, and Savage is up on the top rope. Savage is going down.
He's out of there. It's all over.
Strikeforce and Savage pulled off just a tremendous victory here. Honky Tonk Man.
The winners of this bout, the team of the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions Strike Force and Randy Macho Man Savage.
I think they outsmarted themselves there, Gorilla.
They certainly did. They had a golden opportunity, 2 against 1. They let it all slid by, and the Macho...